This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There was a listener yesterday on Twitter, or was it this morning? I think it was this morning, actually. This morning on Twitter, a guy goes, well, we should sign Cam Wake and bring him in to wrap up his career, right? And you guys know, if you follow the show, a while back, I was like, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind bringing Cam Wake back, but this was before COVID. And then remember when they signed Kyle Van Noy, what did I tell you? It's over. You can't bring Cam anymore because they have moved on. They've changed the defense. Cam doesn't play that defense. He doesn't know the defense. Kyle Van Noy becomes Cam now, and he becomes the guy that knows the defense and then can lead the youngins along the way. So the plan is in place already. Cam is out of the picture. And I love Cam Wake too, man. Every Dolphin fan should love Cam Wake. But I wanted to mess with the guy a little bit, and I said, yeah, sure, let's bring Cam down so he can catch COVID on the way out, because he is the next contestant on the COVID challenge instead of The Price is Right. It's just so silly. Sometimes fans, they don't really want to look at what's going on right now. And here's a guy that you would have to use him very little in this scheme because he's not a coverage guy. At this age, you can't make him a coverage guy. He's simply a pass rusher. So he's really a two-down player, maybe at most. And they need people that can play as many downs as possible, and they need people that have some experience and understand and can play in this offense. He can't. So people don't look at that. And then the guy didn't want to even look at COVID. And, to me, this kind of rolls over because that would be a dumb move. And this also becomes the insensitive side of us fans and even some media members to a certain extent, because people want football back no matter what. And that's a great example there. Here's a guy that wanted Cam Wake back, but he doesn't care if Cam Wake ends up getting COVID because he doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care. And those of you that want football back and it's not safe, people are catching COVID out on the street because they hit the same elevator button that somebody that had COVID did. People are getting COVID because they're breathing the air inside some kind of a bar or whatever, and they get it. And yet football is the contact sport that for sure is perfect for the virus. Guys are breathing on each other at the line of scrimmage. They're running into each other on drills, on games, whatever. Quarterbacks are getting sacked by linemen. And you think these people aren't going to breathe on each other and all that just to screw around with each other mentally? They will. They will. I've told you already, in these piles, they shove fingers in every. Yeah. So what do you think they're going to do now? It's going to get ugly. But it's funny because it's like I've said, and I've compared football for many years to the Roman gladiators. And back then, you saw the gladiator die in the arena. Now we don't. Now we don't see them die behind the scenes and fade away or shrivel up because they're dying with dementia and Alzheimer's and all that stuff, and we're not around and we don't care. Nobody gives a crap about Earl Campbell. Boy, you loved him when he was with the Oilers. You love watching him truck people. Now that he can't walk and he's got to be in a wheelchair, nobody cares about Earl Campbell. Nobody mentions him. We only cared about Earl Campbell when he was playing on that concrete carpet in Houston. That's it. And then he's gone. Nobody cares if Cam Wake gets the COVID. Nobody cares if these players, they come back and they get something that will last them forever. Russell Wilson's wife is pregnant. Why should he play when he's not in a bubble? Because somebody on the Seahawks or an opponent is going to give him COVID, and it's going to risk him taking it to his wife. But again, nobody cares. Just entertain me. Get on the field and do what you do. That's the way I like it. What the consequences are, it be damned. Don't care. That's the attitude we get. And that's where we do not actually think in a decent manner, let's just put it that way.